Want to hear something mental? I got an early access key for Brighter Shores, so naturally, I didn't get any sleep last night as I was trying to get this video out. But why so last minute, I hear you cry? Because my spam folder doesn't want me to have nice things and decided to hide the email under hundreds of want to enlarge your So I crammed a week of early access into around 24 hours, and I wanted to share my thoughts and experience with the game so far. Right off the bat, you start making your character. Nothing groundbreaking here, some good customization options though. Wanting to jump into the game and having a rough idea that I wanted to make my character look kind of like my character from RuneScape. So that's exactly what I did and jumped straight in. The game features what I would refer to as a kind of natural tutorial. So what do I mean by that? Well, you're asked to do things that guide you to learn the game under the guise of being a new recruit for the town's guard. It's nice, it's simple, and it doesn't throw you in at the deep end, and just as importantly, it doesn't treat you like an absolute moron. So doing the first few tutorial quests was nice. Starting slowly, unlocking the base features, it felt good. I like that you get the scent spell straight away, as the idea of manually searching for everything could be a bit tedious, especially since I'm the kind of guy to ask for help looking for his keys when they're in his pocket. That said, I didn't find myself constantly clicking the scent spell, and I did enjoy the little pop-up when you locate stuff. It gives you a nice little feeling of accomplishment, and you only have to do it once, and then it's located forever, so it's nice. Something else I really enjoyed were the visual cues. For example, when you're searching for a bow for this character, it's not just a case of kind of searching the beds in-game, you can actually see the bow just kind of peeking out at the back here. Talking of visual storytelling, really important question, can you pet the cat? Yes. So after a bit of tutorializing, we're attacked by goblins, so weapons at the ready, it's time for some combat. So combat seems similar to the kind of old school RuneScape / RuneScape 3 style click and wait, although I do see some slots here for specials. Perhaps they will unlock with the class system later on. Speaking of classes, you might notice that I haven't touched on that part of the game yet. That's because I haven't picked a class yet. As I mentioned in my Everything You Need to Know video before the game actually released, link in the description if you haven't seen it, this decision happens later as Gower said that he wanted us to get a feel for the game before making big scary decisions. So after defeating the goblins, helping the merchant with his cart full of wares and getting scolded by my drill sergeant for doing so, disaster strikes! One of my fellow guards is wounded, so I'm sent on a quest to find the potion maker so that we can heal her. She tells me that I need some ingredients to make a healing potion, some kelp, so we're sent to find some. So we make our way to the beach, fighting some goblins along the way and level up for the first time, nice. We're now a level 1 guard. So we gather the kelp, head back to the potion seller who teaches us how to make the healing potion, which we then give to our fallen ally. So it's at this point I start wondering, this is great fun for the first character, but I do wonder if it would be as much fun on your third playthrough. So it would be nice if down the line they give us the option to skip the tutorial when creating new characters, but we'll see. But I digress. So after heading back to the training camp and being thoroughly congratulated, we're cut loose to forge our own path. It's here that the game got more interesting for me at least, wanting to try out all the professions in the first region, so first up, cooking. Yeah, I couldn't figure out where to get bacon from, so I just went to do some fishing instead. So now's probably a good time to talk about how professions actually work. Using fishing as the example, it's quite an active process. You kind of click on the fish that you want to catch, and then your character kind of hunts it down. As you level up, you can catch more and different varieties of fish, which you can then use in cooking or just sell to a fishmonger for money. Forager works in much the same way, except instead of fish, it's shells, mushrooms, and plants. The guard skill is your basic combat skill, and works in a similar way to Slayer in old school RuneScape, in as much as that you have certain things that you can attack at certain levels, and you actually can't attack the thing until you hit the level that's required to attack the thing. Oh, and given that this was early access, I didn't actually bump into that many people, but I did bump into this guy who explained where I can get bacon to start the cooking process. Cooking is a processing skill, much in the same way that potion making is, except instead of at the end having potions to use, or I guess to sell, you get food which, as far as I can tell, the only purpose is to sell. You sell them to this chef guy, and you can also pick up these cooking bounties, which require you to run around the map and deliver food to various NPCs. All of the skills are region locked or episode locked, so the skills that you use in Hope's Port won't be the same as the skills you use in Hope's Forest. So I gathered, fished, and cooked for a while and made myself some monies, got some better tools, and made even more monies, and got lost in the world for a bit. And honestly, I would agree with the conceptualization of this game as feeling cozy. I know that some people were concerned about the potentially claustrophobic feeling rooms when compared with a more open style of map that many MMOs favour. But I can honestly say that I didn't really notice and enjoyed the more focused, goal-oriented playstyle that's offered by Brighter Shores. I want to play a little more before giving my full review, so be sure to subscribe to make sure you don't miss that, but there's one more thing that I want to mention here, and that's quests. So the quests I tried were all pretty engaging. I built some temple steps, which required me to level up my foraging skills to hunt for missing temple pieces. I hunted for a missing family fortune, which oddly enough required me to go fishing for a particular flounder. And I of course defended the town as a member of the town's guard. And one thing that I can say that I did like is that at no point did I feel like I needed a guide. Everything felt organic, and I enjoyed the process of figuring out what to do next on my own. So from what I have played so far, I definitely recommend giving Brighter Shores a go. And besides, it's free, so what have you got to lose? So that's the video for now. As mentioned, if you enjoyed the video, it really helps the channel if you could give it a like and subscribe, and be sure to let me know in the comments what you think of the game so far. In the meantime, I've been a Berry Plays, bye!